Guys, Ryan here, and hey guys, Ryan here, and it is currently Monday, the day after the over doubleheader has concluded, and as we are getting ready for this, you guys are going to be seeing this on Tuesday because I'm recording later in the evening. The race review just went up a few hours ago, so hopefully you guys did enjoy that. But we're going to break down more in depth and kind of give my predictions for the playoff bubble going into Daytona. Now, I'm going to state this right now because I know that there's going to be a lot of personal preference that I'm going to try and not go too hard on and say, oh yeah, it's just going to be, yep, my two favorites right there, or my favorites or whatever. So I'm going to try to be as down the road, but I'm going to let you guys know right now it's a very hard to predict one with Daytona. So I will mention when I'm talking about a driver I really like or I really want to see, and try and differentiate that. So just going to state that before we get into the video. But first, let's just look at purely the actual points. So right now, 9 above Matt DiBenedetto. I think I said 7 above yesterday in my video, but yeah. So Matt DiBenedetto, 9 points above. And of course, he's starting 15th to this coming weekend at Daytona on Saturday night. Then you've got the 4 points in, 4 points out for Byron and Johnson. I think realistically, those are the only people that can point their way in. So one of the three of them will be in. And if I'm picking right now, I think, to be honest, I'd probably put my bet on Johnson actually being able to outpoint both of them. Mainly because Byron, I think, is a little too inexperienced. Even though I know he's done a lot of simulator time, he's only in his, third season full time. And I specifically remember his first season, I don't think he finished either Daytona race. I'm not exactly sure where he finished in the Daytona 500 this year, but I don't have any notable moments where I remember him being solid at getting to the front. Meanwhile, in that same time frame, 2018, 2019, in the Coke 0400 specifically, since that's the race we're going into, the summer Daytona race, I remember Johnson getting up front and leading laps, which, of course, with them both starting up front, is going to be key for Johnson. He needs to earn stage points. I think that's the only way he or Byron pass DiBenedetto is stage points. Because I'm not entirely confident that either of these two drivers, or any of these three drivers will finish the race. So I think it will come down to those stage points, and I do really want to see Johnson make the playoffs, but it's really a case where I really like all three, and I'd love to see all three make it. In reality, though, only 2 of them are going to make it, and if I was purely just looking at no surprise winner, I'd say DiBenedetto, Johnson would be my 2 I'd like to see get in. And I really just don't have all that much trust for Byron, just because he's been very hot and cold at times in his career. And even this past weekend at Dover, he gave up I think he came into the week with a 25-point advantage, loses 21 points over the course of 2 races, and most of that actually entirely going away in race 1 and then having to claw back in race 2 to make it where it's only a 21-point loss that he had of that 25. So that's really a big reason why I would say I don't exactly have the biggest trust in Byron. And of course, you got to look at it on the flip side. Johnson came in 25 below and was able to absolutely clean up when it mattered most. He was able to make the most of that 2-tire pit call at the very end of the race. I think also the big difference is Jimmy's team is hungrier for this because it's Jimmy's final season, and Byron is clearly got a lot of years left in his career, barring a big incident of some kind that ends a career early, which no one would ever hope to see, especially for someone that I really like to see race. So Yeah, I'd expect to see Byron make the playoffs a lot in the remainder of his career. But then you gotta look down below the top 20 in points, or even look at some of those guys up there. Reddick, he's run pretty well at the Daytona 500 since he's never actually run the summer Daytona race. Then you gotta look at guys like Stenhouse. He won this race 3 years ago in 2017. Like, he won this thing. Then you've also got to look at, okay, guys like Ryan Preece. He is currently in that top 30. Personally, I'd really hate to see a Ryan Preece win it and get in, because he's been nowhere near remotely competitive all season long. Corey LaJoy, 8th at this track in February. Then you've also got to think, okay, does Ryan Newman come and make the absolute absurd comeback and get that win and basically show the Daytona Oval who's boss? I'd love to see that happen as well. Realistically, though, looking at the guys that are on the outside looking in and looking at their recent performances, I honestly think, and I know I'm going to state this right now, I am a big Stenhouse fan, so I do really like Stenhouse. He's one of my top 3. But I think he honestly is probably the best shot to win of those guys. Like, I think it's between him and Newman if we do end up with a surprise winner. Though I think it's very likely we could have a Keselowski-Penske domination show. But we haven't seen Penske win any race at Daytona in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. You have to go back to the Coke Zero 400 in 2016, the last time they won at Daytona. And even if you want to take a plate win, the last time that Penske won a plate win, well, you got Blaney earlier this year at Talladega. The last time they won a plate race by more than a foot, which takes out both of Blaney's Talladega wins from the last 2 races there. But you really have to look at, I believe it's Joey Logano's 2018 Talladega win. But yeah, so I definitely wouldn't count Penske out by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely is going to put a tapered spacer, for lack of a better term, into my expectations for them going into this race. But yeah, so that's another reason why I would be a little cautious of Matt DiBenedetto, because those Penske cars haven't been as reliable at actually getting it done. Like, usually you only end up seeing 1 or 2 Penske cars even finish out the race by the end of it. So definitely that one's gonna be an interesting one. Of course, Bell, Bubba, Buescher could get it, but in reality, I would say if you're looking for a surprise winner, be rooting for Stenhouse or Newman for the surprise winners from the outside looking in group. If you guys are looking at just a pure points battle, I think probably the best bets I would say is Johnson and DiBenedetto. I don't know what order they're actually going to get in. I think my confidence would be in Johnson, just because he's got the track position already to earn those stage points. But definitely can't count Byron out. It's going to be tough. And coming out of turn 4, coming to the line, we may still not know who's going to make it in or out. And another thing we're going to have to start looking at is who has the best finish, because that's the tiebreaker condition. If, say, DiBenedetto ends up tied with Johnson, I believe Johnson would get the free, or would get the tiebreaker thing, based on the fact that he actually got that 3rd place a week ago, and because I don't think DiBenedetto got a 2nd place at any track, unless maybe Las Vegas earlier this year, but I don't think so. I think he got a top 5, but not a 2nd place. But yeah, so in the end, just kind of breaking down this playoff battle, it's going to be fun. Reminders, Saturday night, under the lights, it's going to be, I think it's like a 7:30 Eastern start time for the Coke Zero 400. It's going to be a mess of a weather fest, because trying to dodge those pop-up thunder showers, kind of like what we were dealing with the entirety of the Daytona Road Course weekend, is going to be essentially that same type of weather. So Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, but I'm just praying that we don't get rain for this weekend's race at Daytona, and we can just get the 160 miles or the 160 laps, 400 miles completed. And yeah, so my picks, I'm gonna stick with it. DeBenedetto, Johnson get in, and I'm gonna bank on no surprise winner. I think just trying to bank on a surprise winner, I think they're still too far of a long shot for me to really bank on. So other than that, feel free to let me know who you guys think are going to be, who are your guys that are in and out. Do you guys think we get a surprise winner at Daytona? I know that that's been the way they've built it the entirety of the year pretty much, and especially the last couple weeks on NBC. They've been really hyping this up as who knows what could happen, and really it is a chaotic race historically. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, remember to hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new so you guys never miss an episode or live stream. I'm going to be going live at a little past 9 p.m. tonight doing the Cyber Cup Series race, so feel free to check that one out tonight. So tune back in tonight. Of course, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys get reminded of that. Other than that, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know who your 2 in, 1 out, or potentially 2 out, 1 in with a surprise winner is. And other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do for the rest of your night. Hopefully you guys will tune in for that Cyber Cup Series race later tonight, so I'll see you guys there. Goodbye!